method. Class may have one method or may have many methods. So what is method? Method is what? For example, students do assignments. Faculty teach. So faculty teach, the teach is a function of faculty. So here we want to, if we want to, the data type class faculty has function teach, then we need to create this method. And so what is method? Method is code. It does something. It's code. It does something. It does something. So in my case here, in my opinion, method or function is code block. That's all. It's code block. It has name with a name. That's method. It's just code. It does something. The reason you write code is you want to do something. You want a computer program to do something. That's why you write code. If we want to repeat that code over and over again, we want to save it. And then next time we want to repeat the same code, I don't want to type code again. Instead, I want to give that code block a name. Then next time I want to repeat that code block, I just say, call the name of the code block. Then don't need to write code again. That's function, or that's method. Class has method in it. Maybe one, maybe many. So in our case here, I created a method in class gradebook. The method name is called display message. Display message. Any method must have parentheses. Any method must have parentheses. That's why I included it right here. And this message has a public keyword void. We're going to talk about public later on. Public, private, protected. There are three keywords we use to declare method. Void means doesn't return anything. All we do is inside we say write line. It display a string in console window, but it doesn't. The string is not a return value. The string is the message that we can display on the console window, but it's not a value to be returned. We say void means do not return anything. It just displays the message on the console window. So that's the function of display message. Display message display a message on console window. That's what we want to show. So right here, this is the method in class grade. So after I do this, I'm going to use this class declared inside of my project. So how do you do that? I copy the code from book. All I do is I go into my project, go to test, right here, main function, method main, and inside I just do this right here. Gradebook is what I created right here, and we use gradebook as a data type. So remember, when we want to create, if I want to create an integer, I say int. What is int? Int is data type, and these are different data type, different integer with 16 bit, 32 bit, 16 byte, 32 byte, 64 byte, and so on. So integer int is a data type built-in type integer, and if you want to create a variable, I say a. What is a? A is a variable. A is a variable. The data type of a is integer. Right here, I create a variable called my gradebook. The data type of my gradebook is gradebook. So notice here, gradebook is what I just created right here. What is gradebook? A class. What is a class? Class is a user-defined data type. After I create this data type, I can use this data type as a regular built-in type in my program. That's what I'm doing here. Gradebook and this data type, the variable name is my gradebook. We don't call this as a variable because it's much more than variable a. So we call my gradebook as an object. It works like a variable. That is my gradebook, because class is a special type. It's a user-defined type, so it looks different from integer a, and you have to do this here. Give an equal sign and give a new as a keyword and give a gradebook parentheses. We call this as constructor. We're going to talk about this constructor later. Constructor is used to initialize the data members inside of the class. We'll talk about this later on. Just remember, that's how you create a my gradebook. Use constructor to initialize my gradebook, and that's always the same syntax. You never change it. It's always like this. Always like that. After my gradebook is available, then I can use my gradebook, and I call the method inside of gradebook, which is display message, and all it does is this code will be executed. This line of code, right line, will be executed. So now, if I run the project, I get this output. It says, welcome to the gradebook. Where this message from? The message is from this method call. This method is executed, and inside this line is executed. That's why we see welcome to my gradebook, like this. Method may have parameters. So this time I'll make a little change. Here. And what we do is we add a parameter. See right here, this method, display message parentheses, doesn't have anything here. I can pass parameters into the parentheses. So another version, we make some change here. I'm going to comment this out, and then I will add this version. In this version, we call this as argument or parameter. So method may have 0 or 1 or more argument, or we call it parameter. So this time I have one parameter. This one doesn't have any parameter, 0. This one has one parameter. And if it has parameter, we can do this. We're going to change the code a little bit here. So I'm calling the parameter. So right, welcome to gradebook 4. It's a placeholder, and we pass this to it. And in that case, I'm going to pass the course name is whatever value I passed to the method display message. So in my grade test right here, I'm going to pass a parameter to it. So right here, we add this code. We add this code here. All we do is we put a message on top here saying please enter course name, and then you call read line. Whatever value you entered from the keyboard, it's saved into variable name of course. And then we create a blank line here, and then at the end we pass name of course to method display message, and display message is executed here. So whatever value entered here is passed to here, and then we just show it like this. So let me run the program. And here's the console window. Say enter course name, which is from this line here. Enter course name. And make it a little narrow so that it doesn't take too much space. Right here you can see enter the course name. Enter the course name, which is from this line here. Right, enter from this line, and then I'm going to enter something here. I say CCS. When I hit enter, this text will be called by read line, and then console read line. See right here, console is a class, built-in class from the library. Read line is the method in console class. And console read line catch whatever I typed right here and returns value as a string. We return the string value and send it to variable name of course. And name of course is passed to method display message. So when I hit enter, you can see the result like this. Say welcome to gradebook. We have a blank line here. The blank line is from this line. It's from this line. And then my gradebook display message name of course, which is the value entered here, CGS 2020, and this method is called, so it takes you to this class. So right here, this is the CGS 2020, and CGS 2020 is passed to here. So we can see, you see, welcome to the gradebook for CGS 2020. That's how it works.